gravity gone wild, rivers that boil, and skies that blaze with endless lightning. These places shouldn't exist, but they do. Prepare to have your mind bent as we explore 13 scientifically impossible locations that actually exist on Earth. The truth is stranger than fiction. The first stop is the Devil's Kettle in Minnesota. This isn't just any waterfall. The Brule River, flowing along peacefully, splits in two right at the edge of the cliff. One half does what you'd expect, cascading down into a pool. The other half, it vanishes into a giant hole in the rock, like something out of a cartoon. Where does it go? Nobody knows. Scientists have tried everything, dumping dye into the hole, tossing in ping-pong balls. Nothing reappears. It's like the water's slipping through a crack in reality. Some say there's a secret cave system down there. Others whisper about portals to other dimensions. Whatever the truth is, it's enough to give even the most skeptical scientist a serious case of the chills. The Mudmen's masks and rituals might be spooky, but they're nothing compared to the things some people see in the sky. Journey to Norway, where the Hessdalen Valley puts on a nightly light show that would make even the most jaded UFO enthusiast gasp. These aren't just your average shooting stars or northern lights. Nope, these are glowing orbs, some as big as cars, dancing across the sky like they're putting on a show. They change color, they move in patterns, and they even seem to play tag with each other sometimes. Scientists have tried to explain it, saying maybe it's some kind of weird gas or electrical phenomenon, but the locals have wilder theories. Some say it's aliens, others think it's spirits. Lights in the sky might seem otherworldly, but sometimes the truly alien environments are right under our feet. In Romania, there's a cave that's been sealed shut for millions of years. No sunlight, no fresh air. It should be dead, but it's teeming with life. Moville Cave is like something from another planet. The air inside is poisonous to us, filled with weird gases. But the creatures who live there love it. They've never seen the sun, and instead of eating plants, they get energy from chemicals in the rocks. There are scorpions, spiders, and even worms in Moville, but they look nothing like their relatives on the surface. They're pale, blind, with long, strange bodies adapted to a life in darkness. Scientists are fascinated. Could life on other planets survive in similar ways? The Karachai might fear spirits in the jungle, but sometimes the most terrifying things are created by humans themselves. Take Lake Karachai in Russia, a place so poisoned that it's like a real-life wasteland from a post-apocalyptic movie. This wasn't always the case. Once a normal lake, it became the Soviet Union's dumping ground for nuclear waste. Think about it. A whole lake filled with glowing sludge, so radioactive that standing by the shore for an hour could kill you. Then, in 1957, an explosion at a nearby nuclear plant made things even worse. Radioactive dust spread for miles, turning the surrounding land into a no-go zone. They've tried to cover it up with concrete, but the danger lingers. Just like the DoubleTree of Casorzo in Italy, this isn't some genetic experiment gone wrong. It's a cherry tree growing right out of the top of a mulberry tree. Both are thriving, like something from a Dr. Seuss book. Legend says a bird dropped a cherry pit up there, but that doesn't explain how both trees got their roots into the ground. Maybe they share a secret lifeline, trading nutrients in some mysterious way. Or maybe it's just a freak accident, a one-in-a-million quirk of nature. Either way, the DoubleTree is a symbol of resilience, a reminder that life finds a way, even in the most unlikely places. which makes you wonder what other bizarre wonders are hidden in plain sight, just waiting to be discovered. In a quiet corner of Kazakhstan lies a village gripped by a more sinister kind of wonder. They call it Karachai, but some whisper it should be named the Sleeping City. Not because it's boring, but because the people there can't seem to stay awake. It's like a real-life fairy tale, but with a dark twist. People young and old suddenly collapse into a deep slumber, sometimes for days. They wake up confused, some with strange visions dancing in their heads. Is it a curse? A poison? At first, folks thought it might be the nearby uranium mine, but tests turned up nothing. Scientists are baffled, locals are terrified, and the whole village seems to be sinking into an endless nightmare. But some enigmas are woven into the very landscape itself. In the harsh Namibian desert, the earth itself seems to be playing tricks. Scattered across the barren sands are perfect circles, empty patches surrounded by grass, as if someone stamped giant cookie cutters into the ground. These aren't crop circles or alien landing pads, though. They're called fairy circles, and they've been baffling scientists for years. Some say it's termites, others blame the plants themselves, battling for water and space. There's even a theory that these spots are radioactive. Whatever the cause, the fairy circles are like an eerie polka dot pattern across the desert, a reminder that nature has a way of creating beauty, even in the strangest, most desolate places. But the Namibian desert isn't the only place where the earth keeps secrets. Now let's head to Venezuela, where the Catatumbo River meets Lake Maracaibo, and prepare to be awestruck. This isn't just a lightning storm, it's a non-stop electric light show, 260 nights a year. Imagine the sky ablaze, not for minutes, but for hours on end, up to 10 hours each night. This isn't your average flicker and rumble. We're talking 280 lightning strikes every hour, flashing and booming like the gods are having a bowling tournament with thunderbolts. Scientists say it's caused by a mix of mountains, wind, and swamp gas. That's the science part. But the locals have a different story. They call it the River of Fire, believing it's the spirits of their ancestors duking it out in the sky. Science or legend, it's a mind-blowing sight. The Catatumbo Lightning isn't the only natural wonder that feels like it belongs in a fantasy world. Deep in the Amazon rainforest of Peru, there's a river so hot it seems impossible. Locals call it Shanai Timpishka, boiled by the heat of the sun, but this isn't just a warm stream. This river boils. Think about it, boiling water in the middle of a lush jungle, miles from any volcano. Small creatures that fall in are cooked instantly, yet the locals believe the river is sacred, a source of healing. They say a giant serpent spirit named Yakumama, Mother of the Waters, is the guardian of the river, and her hot breath is what boils the water. Scientists say it's caused by deep cracks in the earth, releasing heat from the planet's core. But even with that explanation, the boiling river feels like a glimpse into a primal world, a place where the Earth's fiery heart can burst through the surface at any moment. Let's venture to the Maldives, where the ocean itself turns into a living nightlight. The island of Vadhu is where the magic happens. It's here that the sea transforms, not into fiery reds or angry greys, but a shimmering blue that seems to mirror the starry sky above. It's called the Sea of Stars, and it's not just a pretty name. Tiny creatures called phytoplankton live in the water, and when they get jostled by the waves or even your footsteps, they light up. It's like walking on a path of glowing stardust. This light show isn't just for looks, though. The glow helps the plankton scare away predators. It's nature's own disco ball, a way for tiny creatures to survive the dark. The sea of stars might glow with an ethereal beauty, but not all bodies of water are so welcoming. Travel with us to the lush rainforests of Australia, where a swimming hole hides a dark secret. They call it Devil's Pool, and it's not for the faint of heart. Nestled among giant boulders, the water of Devil's Pool looks calm, inviting even. But those depths hold a sinister reputation. According to Aboriginal legend, the pool is haunted by the spirit of a woman named Ulana, who drowned herself there after a tragic love affair. But the legend isn't the only scary part. Over the years, many swimmers have lost their lives in these waters. Powerful currents pull unsuspecting victims under, never to be seen again. Is it just a natural danger, or is Ulana claiming more victims, luring them to a watery grave? There are also places where nature itself seems to defy extinction. Take a hike through a lush forest in New York, where a hidden waterfall reveals a surprising secret. Eternal Flame Falls isn't just a beautiful sight, it's a natural anomaly. Behind the cascading water, a small flame flickers, seemingly eternal. It's not magic, but it feels like it. Natural gas seeping through the rock, ignited who knows how long ago. Even in heavy rain or snow, the flame stubbornly burns on, protected by the very water that should extinguish it. Scientists say the gas could be millions of years old, a breath from the planet's ancient past. Native Americans might have used this sacred spot for rituals, the flickering light a connection to the spirit world. Eternal Flame Falls might be a natural marvel, but fire isn't the only force that paints a dramatic scene. High in the Peruvian Andes, a mountain reveals nature's artistic side in a truly breathtaking way. It's called Rainbow Mountain, and it's not just a name. The slopes of this mountain aren't just brown or grey, they're streaked with color like a giant paint palette. Red, yellow, green, all caused by different minerals in the rock. It's a natural wonder, millions of years in the making, but it's also a fragile one. The melting snow and ice of the Andes are revealing more and more of these colors, a beautiful but unsettling sign of how our planet is changing. Rainbow Mountain is like a work of art, not made by human hands, but by the powerful forces that shape our world. The universe is stranger than we ever dared imagine. Our knowledge is a tiny speck in the vast cosmic canvas. What other impossible places are waiting to be found? The mysteries of the universe are endless, and the truth is out there somewhere.